I'm Bonnie, and with my husband and my 2 children, we own and operate Howling Goat Farm in Creston, BC. Today I'm going to be unpacking our brand new Gallagher fencing that we got from a local store called Mountain West Livestock. The netting that we have chosen to go with, because we are in Canada, it's really hard to get the Premier 1 netting that most homesteaders seem to be using on all the channels. We went with the Gallagher set. I also have a set of, it's called Pole Net from UCal, and I'll do another video where we detail what my favorites in and out of it are. So this is the Gallagher turbo electric sheep netting, and this particular run is 164 feet long and it is 35 inches high. And so without further ado, I will unpack it. So I really like how everything's packaged, and the way the net is tied for shipping makes it really easy to unpack. I've already unpacked 2 of our nets out of the 4 that I ordered, and I will do a video where I set up and tear down the net for moving, because sometimes it can be difficult to move a net by yourself, especially when you're only 5'2", like me. So to start with, I just unpack it this way. It slides nice and easy out of the box. We'll set aside. The bag comes tied with some sturdy twine. I find this is handy to keep for just tying like electric net warning signs. So I try and keep all the twines that come with these nets, because they're really easy to use. Now, one thing I did find is it's really hard to get the net out of the plastic bag. So what I do is I just lay it on its side, and again, grab my knife, and I carefully cut it. Just the bag, not the net. All the way up. Oh, my blade must be dull. The net is very sturdy, and it is quite cut resistant, so you shouldn't have to worry about it too much. So once I have the bag open, the net comes with a repair kit and some really nice instructions. I will put a screenshot of it up on the video. And then the net comes bundled right out of the bag. So upon first looking at the net, one thing I noticed is these really awesome handles. This is meant for bundling it up for storage and also just carrying it around the farm. I'm not a very big person, so this is quite handy that it's just this. They Velcro on, but we're not going to untie those quite yet. So the next thing we do, I'm just going to move this. The next thing we do is there's ties here, here, and here. And they're literally just a slip knot. So I untie all 3 and then just pull them out. Again, keeping them for repairs or other projects. It's good strong twine. And then you can just unroll it. And before you go any further, there will be 2 ties, one here and one here. You need to also untie those, or you're not going to be able to unfold your net. So tie there, and a tie there. Again, keep them for later. So at this point, you could move this net away to wherever you wanted to go. It's nice and easy to hang. If you were to hang them off of a cart that's got a custom built net hanging section, you can easily just hang these loops on 2 arms to move it around the farm. Or for long-term storage, you could roll it back up Make sure your handles are on first, keep your posts orderly, and then you can roll it this way and tie a string around the net so that it doesn't come untangled during uncoiled during the during storage for whatever reason, winter or moving long distances. I would still put a tie around the middle. And I use shoelaces. I use the twines that come with it. So we're just going to unroll all this. At this point is when I'm ready to set my fence up, and what I do is I undo. These are just Velcros. And each net comes with a set of these. And they're just a loop handle, a length of nylon web, with Velcros on soft Velcro here and the claw here, about an inch long. And on the other end of that web, there's just a little slider. So you take the end of the nylon, go through, and Velcro on itself. So you would put this around the post. And I was looking at these, and they probably work really good for garden hoses too, for those of you that always tend to have tangled garden hoses like me. I'll just take the other one off. And then last but not least, before you go to set this up the first time, there's all these little, on the ends of the post, these plastic caps. Each cap needs to be pulled off to expose the sharp point for putting them in the ground. And I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this. I actually keep the caps. I just put them in the repair bag that each net comes with. And that way, they, if I ever need them for long-term storage, or if I ever decide to sell the nets, I can put the caps back on to protect the spikes so they don't get damaged. There you go. All the ends are now exposed. Now what I will do is I will show you how I personally set up these nets, because I'm not very tall and it takes some finagling to figure it out the first few times. Okay, so now I'm going to set up the Gallagher net. As you can see in the background, I have some goats. They're eagerly waiting for their next pasture. So I'm going to set this netting up. So start. That's how it's done. So I tend to lay out one side at a time, and then I'll put the net down, I'll go back and I'll push the posts in, then I'll go and do the next side. Sometimes if I have a tricky area, like along this area here, I was having a hard time getting the posts to go into the ground, it might just take moving the fence a foot or so in either direction. In this case, this is actually used to be a road, so there's concrete underneath this grass. And I don't see the point in pulling out all the concrete because we use it as a farm road, I don't know, every now and again. So it's nice to have a concrete base. Sometimes when we have friends come and stay on the farm, they will actually park their RVs here, which in the summer is really nice because it's in the shade. Anyway, I will check in with you guys later when I pull this fence back up and I'll show you how I bundle it. I figured while I get these guys some water while they're in their new pasture, I would just let you have some, we call it goat TV at our house. Enjoy!